Have you ever thought that weight loss would make you into this new you who is confident, fulfilled, happy, and successful? Welcome back to the JoLynn Braley Show and day 9 of the 12 days of weight loss. Hello, this is JoLynn Braley, permanent weight loss coach, master NLP practitioner, master consciousness shifting coach, master permanent weight loss coach, founder of the Inner Self Diet. The Inner Self Diet is my proven proprietary step-by-step coaching system to struggle-free weight loss in 8 weeks or less. The Inner Self Diet is the diet that isn't actually a diet because it is not a food prescription. It is not an exercise prescription. Instead, my smart and professionally successful clients already know exactly what they need to be doing to lose weight. Most of them have lost weight in the past. The problem is they are blocked. They are unable to get themselves to either get going or stay going. They're unable to get it done and keep it done. They are plagued with emotional eating, binge eating, food obsessions, food fears, scale fears, fear that they're always going to be fat, fear that others are going to judge them if they succeed, all kinds of struggles that are mental. They are mindset issues, okay? 92.8% of winning with your weight is all about getting the right mindset. You've got to get a weight loss mindset if you want to be able to have a struggle-free time, living a healthy lifestyle, dropping the fat, and keeping it off. Now, in case you have not listened to any of my other podcast episodes where I explain what struggle-free weight loss means, I will give you a very brief definition right now because it's important to understand that struggle-free does not mean that you don't make an effort. Struggle-free does not mean that you don't do anything to live healthy and fit. What it means to struggle-free live a healthy lifestyle is that you no longer sabotage yourself. You no longer get in your own way. You no longer hold yourself back. You no longer abuse yourself and abuse your body with binge eating and overeating and emotional eating and stuffing. You don't hold yourself back anymore. You do what you gotta do to live a healthy lifestyle, and you stop whining and complaining about it, and you do not feel like you're missing out, and you're not comparing yourself to other people. You're just doing what you got to do to live healthy and fit, because there are things that you got to do to live healthy and fit. You have got to go to the store and buy the healthy foods, unless you're having a delivery service bring it to you. Either way, you've got to get the healthy foods. You've got to prep your meals, plan them out, portion them out, exercise. You know, there's basic things that must be done to live a healthy lifestyle. You're not going to get fit or get thin or get healthy and look great in your jeans by just meditating all day and then going and eating ice cream. It doesn't work like that. All right. The purpose of healing your inner self is to get the heck out of your own way, to release your inner blind spots that you cannot see on your own. Because if you could see them, then why would you still be struggling? Does that make sense? Okay. This is why coaching is so valuable. This is why coaching is the fastest path to where you want to be, where you want to get to. Everybody knows this. There's a reason why Olympic athletes have more than one coach, and all Olympic athletes, they have at least one mindset coach. That's the hardest part of being an Olympic athlete, because you can practice 5 hours a day. You can get in shape to be a top competitor, but when it comes time to compete out on the field or on the slopes or on the luge or whatever your sport is, if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't have the right mental attitude, if you don't have the mental game to compete when it counts, then it doesn't matter. You've wasted 4 years of your life getting in top shape, and you lose it all if you don't have the right mindset to keep your cool and stay focused and keep your head in the game and do what you need to do when it counts. And it's the same thing with weight loss. Weight loss actually takes a lot of focus if you want to succeed at it. And you've got to release your excuses and the gunk and the fat fears and the shame and the heavy, weighty attitude and the complaining and blame and giving your power away. You have to take full responsibility for yourself and your choices. It's nobody else's fault that you're fat. Okay, that's just the truth. Unless you are sitting in a chair and you are tied up and somebody else is force feeding you food, which is highly, 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 highly unlikely. So it's not the fault of your kids who want to eat pizza every day. It's not the fault of your husband. It's not the fault of your parents. It's not the fault of your coworkers who want to order Chinese food every day for lunch. It's totally your responsibility, and it's totally your choice. And for a lot of people, that's the hardest thing to accept, because a lot of folks who are struggling with overeating and overweight prefer to stay in their comfort zone and stay in the victim mentality where it's everybody else's fault. It's the government's fault. It's the fast food industry's fault. It's big pharma's fault. It's your doctor's fault. It's the processed food industry's fault. It's the fault of your genes. All this stuff that it's really just a bunch of lies that you're telling yourself. And it's either because you don't want to give up your addiction to food, or you don't want to give up your biggest addiction, which is the addiction to your comfort zone. It's the addiction to the pity parties and to feeling bad and to blaming other people and to being in that place where you don't change. But then you tell yourself you want to change, but then you don't. Hey, you know what? This would be a great Get Real episode, but this is actually day 9 of the 12 days of weight loss. But this is the kind of thing that I talk about and share on Get Real episodes. Since I started the JoLynn Braley show the first week of January 2013, I've done one Get Real episode per month. And those episodes, I always give a warning at the beginning and say, hey, if you're looking for reasons to fail, and if you want to keep making excuses and you want to keep blaming other people, you're not going to like this episode, because this is all about getting real with yourself. And you've got to be willing to get real with yourself and stop lying to yourself if you have any hope of ever losing weight and keeping it off. You got to start by getting real with yourself. And getting real with yourself is not about beating yourself up. It's about taking full responsibility for your choices and where you're at, and then making new choices and new decisions and moving forward and getting the success that you want. You know, bottom line, weight loss is not difficult. It's not rocket science. But what makes it so hard is how you think about it. And you're whining and complaining and blaming and all the mental games that you play with yourself and the lies that you tell yourself as you keep telling yourself that you'll change tomorrow, or you'll change on Monday, or you'll make a New Year's resolution. And we all know what's going to happen with that, you know. what has to occur if you want to get into the place where you feel fantastic about yourself, where you drop the fat and you keep it off, where you create a healthy relationship with food, where you create a healthy relationship with yourself, which is where everything starts. Okay? Everything starts with you and your relationship with you. Everything starts there. So if you want to get to the place where you can lose weight and keep it off, you have to start by going within and healing your inner self. If you don't know how to do that, you don't know how to start, then you have to get the steps and the tools to get that done. If you want to get it done, and if you want to get it done quickly. That's the work that I do with my coaching clients in the inner self diet, and then they don't have to second guess themselves wondering if they're on the right path, because I've already got a whole path put together. It's the steps that I've been perfecting since I started this professional coaching back in 2009. And every client that I've worked with who just follows my instructions and they just keep things simple and they just do the steps, they break free of their food and weight struggles in 8 weeks or less. I've even had some clients who I kind of thought, wow, they're pretty negative and they're pretty stuck, but they followed my steps and they still broke free. You got to really want to change. You have to want to change, because nobody can do this for you. Even when you work with the right coach and you have the right steps, you're still the one that has to take the action, because you're the one thinking your thoughts. You're the one who has the power to make the internal changes, to flip the switch so that you stop getting in your own way and you're able to live healthy and fit without it being any big deal. And then you're able to drop the fat and keep it off. And there's really no two ways about it. There's no place else to go. There's no place else to hide. You can get the very best nutrition plan on the planet with the best nutritionist, and it will not matter if you have not healed your inner self, because you will find a way to sabotage yourself, and then you'll probably blame that nutritionist when it has nothing to do with them, and it has nothing to do with the awesome healthy eating plan that they put together for you. The problem is you, because if you haven't healed what is within you that causes you to keep holding yourself back, to keep overeating, to keep binge eating, to keep emotional eating, and to keep avoiding the real problems that are stopping you, that's the whole ball game right there. There is nothing else. If you don't do that internal work, if you don't heal your inner self, if you don't heal the root that drives you to continue to abuse yourself, overeat, struggle, stay fat, if you don't heal the root of what is driving your unhealthy behaviors, you will just jump from this plan to this plan to this plan to this plan to this nutritionist to this personal trainer to this coach, and on and on and on. And you'll leave a trail of tears behind you, your own tears, because it's not the problem of all of these things that you're doing, unless, of course, you're doing silly weight loss hacks that are just silly. I mean, they're not even healthy. But if you have had healthy eating plans put in front of you and you didn't do the work, that's on you. If you worked with a professional coach whose tools actually work, but you didn't do the work, that's on you. If you hired a nutritionist who gave you a specialized, individualized, wonderful, healthy eating lifestyle plan and you didn't follow it, that's on you. But why don't you follow through? Maybe you are even listening to the 12 days of weight loss. Maybe you've even opted in for all the free daily lesson worksheets that have the extra tips and extra prompts, and you're not even doing the work. That's all on you. And why is it that you would do that to yourself? There's something going on inside of you so that you keep sabotaging yourself and you won't let yourself succeed. And if you do not address whatever that is and heal that and release that block, then you'll continue to sabotage yourself. So that's why I do the highly valuable work that I do with my coaching clients in the inner self diet, because it sets them free. It gives them the healthy relationship with food that they have been craving, and it gives them the inner peace that they deeply, deeply desire. And then it makes weight loss struggle free as a byproduct, really. Really, that's what it comes down to. But is what I'm sharing with you making sense? You know, there is no place else to go. There is nothing out there that is going to fix your overeating and overweight problems or your obesity problems until you fix yourself. And it doesn't mean, I'm not saying that you're broken or anything like that. I'm saying that you have to go within and you have to go to the root of whatever it is that has gotten you off track with how you deal with food and yourself. And that needs to be healed. And you also need to learn new coping skills. You've got to have tools. You've got to have steps to work with in your day-to-day life that give you a way to deal with and manage your negative emotions instead of eating food to avoid your negative emotions or eating food to try to run away from your negative emotions. And these are all things that I give to my coaching clients in the inner self diet. I've had a lot of them say that the tools that I provide, it's what they were always looking for. And, you know, it's not taught in school. I've even had clients who used to be in therapy for many, many years, and they said, this right here is what I was looking for in therapy, but I never got it. And I couldn't voice it because I didn't know what it was. But this is it. You know, I needed to have the step-by-step instructions of exercises and tools and strategies and techniques to manage and deal with my day-to-day life so that when things are, you know, you have problems, there's always going to be problems in your life. There's always going to be stuff to deal with. But when you can have those problems in your life and you don't run to food to try to cover it up and then make your body fat, then can you imagine how free you would be? How would that feel to be able to move through challenges in life without getting fat and still looking good and being able to feel good about yourself? See, that's where the freedom is. That is where the real freedom is. And those are the results my coaching clients get in the inner self diet. So I've shared a lot with you here, and let's get to this. What is the day 9 topic here in the 12 days of weight loss? Because I've spent a lot of time here in the beginning talking about these other things, but it was just kind of pouring out of me, and I believe that there must be somebody out there who really needs to hear what I've been sharing. So day 9 of the 12 days of weight loss, this is all about you. Well, you're going to have to get real with yourself about this too. Who do you need to become to get to your goal weight and stay there? Who do you need to become to get to your goal weight and stay there? I said at the very beginning of this episode today, have you ever thought that losing weight would give you the confidence that you've been seeking, or that losing weight would make you feel super successful? You know, that weight loss would be the key that would unlock this beautiful life for yourself and make everything better or make it perfect or something like that. There's so many women who set up weight loss as being the end all be all of everything in life. And if they could just lose weight, then everything would be fixed and everything would work. Well, that's totally backwards, and it's false, because weight loss is not going to make your life perfect, and it's not going to take away all your problems. It's just weight loss. That's all. It's just you still being there. You're still going to be you, and you're going to be in a smaller body. And this is a big problem if you don't like who you are. If you don't like who you are right now, then what makes you think that you're going to like who you are if you lose 20 pounds or 50 pounds? So this is a totally backwards way to go about things, and this is what everybody out there is doing. And the right way to go about it is you need to become now who you need to be so that you will actually get to your goal weight and stay there. So who do you need to become? What are the top 3 qualities that you must embody right now in order to get to your goal weight and stay there? For example, do you often make these flippant statements that, oh yeah, I'm really going to do it on Monday, and you never follow through? So do you need to become a woman of your word? Do you need to become the you who, if you say you're going to do something, you actually do it? Who do you need to become in order to get to your goal weight and stay there? If you think that weight loss is going to give you confidence, you've got it backwards. You need to find that confidence and learn how to be confident now. You've got to become on the inside who you think weight loss is going to make you be. So if you lie to yourself often, or stay in denial, or delude yourself, if you tell yourself often that, oh yeah, I'll get to this later, oh yeah, I'm really going to lose, oh, I really want to lose weight, but after this party, or after the holidays, or after, well, let's see, we've just got to get through the holidays and I'll start on January 1st. But, oh, I can't really start on January 1st because that's a Tuesday. That's not going to work. And anyway, January 1st, that's really a holiday. So that's not going to work. And then the next day is a Wednesday. And, well, that's right in the middle of the week. So how can I do that? So I'll have to wait until Monday. And let's see, what is Monday? Let me look at the calendar here. So I'll have to actually start on January 7th because that's a Monday. But wow, that's really going to mess me up because now I've lost a whole 7 days. Maybe I should just wait and start on February 1st. But then that'll be a Friday. And then I've got, Valentine's will be coming up. And I just can't give up all of that candy for Valentine's. So I think I'll have to wait until after Valentine's. I'll get to I really want to lose weight, but I got to get to this later. But then there's Easter. Oh my God. And then spring will be right around the corner. Oh, summer, I've got to have my root beer floats, and I've got to, it's just too hard during the summer. I think I'll wait until, oh my God, we're back in the holiday season again. And a whole year has gone by. And nothing has changed. So if you often lie to yourself and tell stories that you don't back up with action, who do you need to become to get fit and stay fit? Who do you need to become to get to your goal weight and stay there? This is not a strange question because there are many areas of life where, for example, let's say if you're single and you want to get married and you have this list of the qualities that you're looking for in your ideal man. Well, besides becoming a man, you need to look at those qualities and you need to become that person to match up with the kind of guy that you would want to be with. So if you're looking for a man who is healthy and fit and emotionally available, a man who is confident, a man who smells good, a man who is addiction free, a man who has a very high work ethic, whatever the qualities are that you're looking for. If that's the kind of guy you're looking for, but you're addicted to food and you're constantly second guessing and doubting yourself because you don't trust yourself, you don't trust your body, you're obsessed with food, you can kind of put on a good front on the outside and you have a smile on your face all the time, but on the inside, you really don't like yourself. How are you matching up with this ideal guy that you want? You're not. You have to become the you who matches the body and the life and the relationship and even the work, the business, the career that you want to have and create and step into. One of the laws of this universe is that the inner and the outer always match. And so now we're back to the weight loss topic. And this is why so many often get into this yo-yo dieting trap where they drop maybe 25 pounds or 20 pounds or 50 pounds or even more. And then very shortly after getting to their goal weight, they boomerang back and gain even more weight on top of what they lost. And other people might look at them and wonder why. Well, anybody, you included, can force themselves to stick to some kind of a diet and lose weight. But if you don't become the you on the inside that matches the you who would easily live a healthy lifestyle and manage a healthy weight for the rest of your life, then eventually you are going to boomerang back because the inner and the outer always match. So to put it in simpler terms, if you're fat on the inside, you got to have a fat body on the outside. And what is fat? Fat is F-A-T, fear attracting thoughts. So if your mindset is fat, if you're constantly anxious and worried and doubting yourself, oh, I should eat this, but I shouldn't eat that. And this person said, don't eat this. And this person said, eat this. And, oh, well, I don't know. Should I do this or that? And on and on and on and on. Oh, my God, am I ever going to lose weight? On and on and on and on. Oh, I really want cupcakes. Well, I think I'm just going to eat a whole plate of brownies. Oh, God, now I feel horrible about myself, but I'm going to start again on Monday. God, I'm so worried. I'm never going to lose weight. I think I'm having a panic attack. All this drama, And if that's what you've got going on the inside, even if you force yourself to get to your goal weight, you're not going to be able to stay there unless you do the inner self work that needs to be done so that you can maintain that weight for the rest of your life. Is this making sense? There's no way to get around this. You're either going to stop running and stop avoiding and get to know yourself and create a healthy relationship with yourself and then get to your goal weight and stay there, or you're going to keep doing what you're doing and just keep struggling. It's all up to you. Isn't that awesome? There's nobody out there who is stopping you. There's nobody out there who's holding you down. You're the one that gets to decide if you're going to do the inner work or not. You're the one who gets to decide if you're going to live a healthy lifestyle or not. If you come up with all of these excuses, oh, I don't have time. Oh, I don't have money. Of course you have time. Everybody has 24 hours in a day. It's all about what you choose to put your time into. Everybody has money. It's all about what you choose to spend your money on. If you have money to buy food to binge eat on, then you have money to buy food to live a healthy lifestyle. And there are actually grocery stores out there that sell healthy, real food at lower prices So there's no excuse. There really isn't. It's all about what you want and what you are willing to do to get what you want. And if you're really being honest with yourself or not, anybody can say the words that they want to get healthy and stay healthy and they want to feel good about themselves and they want to live a beautiful life. Anybody can say those words. But if your actions don't match, then there's a problem there. There's a misalignment. And the easiest way to get the weight off and keep it off is to pony up, to put on your big girl panties and pull them up and get real with yourself and stop making excuses and become the you who you need to become, the you who will live the healthy lifestyle because you're doing it to respect yourself. You're doing it to show how much you love and appreciate yourself. And you're doing it because you choose to and because you want to. But the only way that that's going to happen is you've got to become the you who will make those choices. So the exercise today, the easiest way to do this exercise is to use the worksheet for day 9. To get the worksheets, you need to opt in at www.fearlessfatloss.com/12 days. That's the number 1, the number 2, and the word days. And we'll send you the daily links to each episode and then the worksheet that accompanies it. Print out the worksheet. Do it pen on paper. Each worksheet for each day, I give you extra prompts and extra tips to get even more out of the 12 days of weight loss. But the basic is, if you're not getting the worksheets, then just get a piece of paper and a pen and write it out. Who do you need to become to get to your goal weight and stay there? Especially make sure that you specify the top 3 qualities that you must embody now in order to reach this goal. All right. Now, if you have been doing the daily exercises, on day 1, you figured out what your weight loss why is. And on day 2, you solidified and clarified your weight loss why to make sure that it really is strong. You brought up all of your excuses, your weight loss excuses on day 3. You wrote all those down because nothing can be changed without your awareness. On day 4, you looked at how old, well, you didn't just look at it, you wrote all this down. All of these exercises are done pen on paper because you don't get anywhere. You don't make any change by just listening to me talk. And there's a connection that occurs between the head, the hand, and the heart when you write pen on paper. You don't get that connection typing on a keyboard. On day 4, you listed out all the things that you've done in the past to try to lose weight. On day 5, you wrote out what exactly, specifically, are you doing differently now, especially when it comes to your thought patterns and your emotional patterns. On day 6, that was all about the state of your mindset, the psychology of weight loss. Day 7, you were looking at and writing down whether or not you really believe in yourself and if you deserve to be thin in your belief. Day 8, that was all about listing out all of your fat fears. And now we're here on day 9, looking at writing down, not just looking at, but writing out the minimum top 3 qualities you must embody now to become the you who will follow through and get to your goal weight and stay there. But it is all about the follow through. And take a look at your level of action and effort that you've been putting into the 12 days of weight loss. This is a completely free, special series that I have been gifting you here during this holiday season. By the way, this free weight loss series, these steps, they're not just about the holiday season. You can use these steps any time of year. It just so happens that I got inspired to do this during the holiday season, and I called it the 12 days of weight loss. But if you are like many folks, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of folks out there, it's very possible that you have not been doing the steps. You have not been getting a pen and paper each day and completing each exercise. You have not gotten the worksheets, or if you have gotten the worksheets, you've just been collecting them and you keep telling yourself you'll get back to this. And all you've been doing is listening. Or you might have stepped into day 9 and you haven't even listened to the introduction, and you haven't listened to any of the other days, and you haven't done any of the other steps. So if this is you and you have a problem with following through, and you have a problem with just following simple steps and taking time for yourself each day to do these day by day, because it's not going to work to try to sit down and do all 12 days in one day. You're not going to get anything out of that. That's like binging, and this is a daily exercise for each day to give yourself time each day. If you have a problem doing that, if you have a problem with accountability and a problem with taking time for yourself each day, and you have a problem with following through, then these are all problems that are standing in your way of losing weight and keeping it off. Does that make sense? I've had a lot of coaching clients who have had the same challenges, and I understand having these challenges. I'm definitely not a perfect person, and one of the main reasons that I started my mind-body weight loss business back in 2007 was because I wanted to help others avoid all of the mistakes that I had made. So the thing is that you're never going to get new results if you don't do something new. And if you're not even completing these daily lessons, pen on paper, how do you expect to get anything new? How do you expect to get new results for yourself? Does that make sense? So that's also part of who you need to become to get healthy and fit. You can't expect to have some kind of a magical transformation by just listening to podcasts. You have to take action with yourself. You've got to take daily time for yourself. You especially need to heal your inner self. And the fastest way to do all of this, you've got to have accountability, and you could get that when you're working with the right coach who can help you move through these things. If you want help to get this done, if you want to guarantee to yourself that you're really going to change and you're going to heal your inner self, and you know you're wise enough that you need help to do this, if you are smart and you're successful professionally, which proves that this problem is not about intelligence, if you already know exactly what you need to do to lose weight, but you're unable to get yourself to do it, you have a problem sticking with it, if you want to heal your inner self so that you can achieve struggle-free weight loss in 8 weeks or less, go over to www.discovery-session.com. That's where you take your first step towards applying for a complimentary weight loss discovery session with me. And that's all about finding out if it would be a good mutual fit for us to work together in the inner self diet, for me to help you get out of your own way so that you can finally lose weight and keep it off. Stop binge eating, stop emotional eating, get to your goal weight and stay there. You could take your first step at www.discovery-session.com. I'm JoLynn Braley, permanent weight loss coach, founder of the Inner Self Diet, the diet that actually works as long as you just follow the steps, follow the instructions, and do the work. I wish you your best life living inside of your ideal body, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 10 of the 12 days of weight loss.